Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
A man who was out on parole is back in custody following a highway patrol chase. During the chase, he fired a gun. Authorities say 65-year-old David Yoakum was driving on I-229 when he continued driving as highway patrol attempted to pull him over.
They say the chase continued onto I-90 near the Cliff Avenue exit, which is when Yoakum began firing the gun while driving. Troopers continued following Yoakum until his tire blew out.
He was then arrested for several charges, including discharge of a firearm from a moving vehicle and aggravated assault against law enforcement officers.
A Sioux Falls woman has a word of warning for others about a scam that's been reported before, but she had never heard of it and almost fell for it.
Joni Nicodeme took a no ID call last week where the caller told her she had 2 outstanding warrants for her arrest because she missed jury duty. The caller said she needed to deposit nearly $3,000 at a Bitcoin kiosk on Marion Road to avoid being arrested.
She was very skeptical and hung up, but they called her back, and she says the longer they talked, the more convincing they became.
He sounded like he could be like a police officer. He was just very stern and was like, "Ma'am, I don't think you understand the severity of this."
She says she called the courthouse to verify there was no arrest warrant out for her and found out that it was a well-known scam.
Over the weekend, just south of Hot Springs, a grass fire started and spread to over 340 acres.
The Green Acres fire got close to several homes in the area, forcing some to evacuate until fire services could contain it.
So we're looking at our 1 hour fuel moistures that are like our grasses. And so those fuel moistures dry out very rapidly, very quickly within that hour time frame. And so when those fires do happening, it's very easy for it to start spreading in that grass.
Currently, the Green Acres fire is sitting at 75% containment as federal, state, and local agencies continue to fight it.
Now let's get a check of our weather with meteorologist Scott Munt. Plenty of wind out there today, Scott.
Well, a lot of wind, a lot of wintry weather, too. We continue to follow the switchover from rain to snow as we go through the morning. It may wait until later this afternoon across southeastern KELOLAND, and I think that it will. Temperatures will fall throughout the morning and into the afternoon today due to strong northerly winds. We'll have more details on your forecast coming up.
Thank you, Scott. There's a good reason for Sioux Falls residents to pick up a book during the month of March. Everybody Reads is a citywide initiative to read books.
When they reach their goal, a donation will be made to Reach Literacy.
I think we started off with 250,000 books, and then we grew it to 300,000 books. And then this year, because we're doing a whole month, we upped it even more to 350,000 books. So that's like our highest yet, which is exciting.
You don't have to be a student to take part in Everybody Reads.
We've posted more information on how to count the books you're reading on KELOLAND.com.
Basketball fans may be tempted to spend more time in downtown Sioux Falls during this week's Summit League Championships.
DTSF is offering people a free shuttle ride to and from the Premier Center on Friday and Saturday from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m.
There'll be a drop-off and pickup spot at 12th and Phillips right by Blarney Stone. And there'll be a drop-off and pickup at the Steel District as well as at the Premier Center. And so that's really something we haven't done before and something we hope people will use and people will enjoy and kind of make it a little bit easier to transition from the games to the bars and restaurants and retail shops in downtown.
The Summit League tournament runs tomorrow through Sunday, but the free shuttle is available Friday and Saturday only.
It's not just downtown Sioux Falls. It's hoping for more business during the Summit League tournament and beyond.
14 local stores are participating in a March Madness Shop Hop event this month, including Season Style on the corner of 10th Street and Waltz Avenue.
The event is a shopping adventure where customers visit each store, get a card stamped, and get it entered into a grand prize drawing.
I want them to experience maybe some businesses that they haven't heard of before. Downtown gets a lot of attention with their businesses, but some of these businesses are on the outskirts of town and you maybe not have heard of them. Some of them are new and some of them have been around for a while that you just maybe forgot that they were there.
The grand prize includes something from each of the 14 stores.
For a list of all the businesses, follow the link under this story on KELOLAND.com.
That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get another check of your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, our forecast here as we look at the weather here today. Lots of wind out there. We're tracking showers and thunderstorms in the southeast. We can't forget about that. That's also been a top headline here in the last couple of hours. And as we hone in on Futurecast today, you can see the details of the weather. 40s to kick off the morning in the southeast, and then eventually the switch over to snow. And remember, this is an ongoing process today. It's already started from Winter to Redfield in that spoke of the system. And then we've got more enhancement with the local thunder and lightning in the southeast. That band eventually, too, will get absorbed into this. And then that conversion as we look at those temperatures on the hourlies falling through the 30s. And, of course, the wind is right in conjunction with that. And that's where it gets tricky, because anytime you overlay some decent snowfall rates with wind like we're forecasting after 4, the visibility is going to go down like a rock, and also it's just going to be tough to travel. So just remember that, and obviously plan accordingly. Stay tuned. Our Storm Tracker app, we've got numerous tools at your fingertips. We'll keep you updated on the weather. Snow totals, if you're curious, too. We're out there this morning with a nuisance 1 to 3, so 3 inches or less will cover a lot of this system. It's not necessarily a blockbuster when it comes to big snow, but it is a big wind maker. Let's go to the wind map. This is the latest headline on that. We've already had wind gusts over 40 in Rapid City as of 7 o'clock, and we're looking at 40 plus in Sioux Falls at midday, and it's just going to keep going up there in the southeast. We'll probably peak between 50 and 60 miles per hour toward midnight in northwestern Iowa. In fact, that wind number is actually even more than 60 in Spencer. So obviously that's a tough way to start Wednesday morning. A lot of wind and some leftover snow here and there. Okay, a couple more notes here on the weather. Here's the headline graphic. We've got winter weather advisories for snow and blowing snow. Covers a big portion of central South Dakota into the southeast. Blizzard headlines are out of the North Platte office of the Weather Service. That's that area of red. A separate blizzard warning south of the Twin Cities and much of northern Iowa. So this system definitely needs to be reckoned with. We'll keep you posted. Let's end on our 7-day forecast. You know it's March, so it's going to change again. And it'll do that. We'll have highs likely into the 40s and 50s again by the end of the weekend in the Sioux Falls area. Maybe even 60s next week. All right, that's weather, but a lot more on the storm and the weather that's changing today online at KENDLELAND.com.